Alrighty, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Not entirely sure what the hell happened there. I came back, sat down, and realized my my reported bit rate was absolute trash. Thank you, DU Prowler. Yeah. So, like I say, absolutely not sure what the hell happened, but here we are. I'm just gonna blame Drax. Okay. So that's this place up and running for now. Oops, wrong button. Oh, goodness. Drax is great, people. I think he's fantastic, but fun as hell to tease. He's as much of a drama queen as I am. It's great. All right. Okay. Thank you, Stream Elements. Deeply appreciate you catching up with us here. All right, get this one up and cooking. See if it needs anything here. Hey, Hummingbird. I was started with glorious week. Yeah. Oh, I feel that. Okay, that's just that. Looking forward to hearing from NQ and Iota what the challenge for this week is going to be. That should be fun. Right. Okay. Cool. All good here. All right. So. All right. Oh, this doesn't seem to be. What are we doing for inventory? Okay, so need some more bauxite. Okay. Need a little bit of everything here. So let's go grab some bauxite. And that is this one. Yep. Let's try that again. Thank you. And then hematite. Coal. Which one are you? You're quartz, so coal. And I need quartz as well. Okay. It occurs to me what I should have done was to make this my container and then just wander around and load it. But, you know. I never claimed to be that clever. Okay. Now, up on the flight deck... Yeah, okay, good. And we will unclaim, and we'll just drop the whole thing in there, and... No? Natron is, yes, there we go. Right, so I only need 4,000 here, so I can move 4,000 there, like so. Boop. Malachite is fine. I could use another 1,000 over there. Oops. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. Grab the wrong thing. Chromite, I'm okay. Oh, I have 2 gobs of Natron here. Oh, well, hang on. Stash that there, then. Chrome I have. Everything else I'm okay on. I may just top these off to... Okay. So coal, I'll add another 2,200 to get that up over 10,000. Oops. It's quartz. No. Oh, right. That's the hematite. I need 3,300 for this. This is quartz. 1,100 there. And that is bauxite, and that's 4,000 I need there. And that will keep this place buzzing for a while. Now, how are my gas canisters doing? Okay, I could use some more oxygen off of here. Do I have spares and extras over on this side? I should. Yeah, lots. Okay. So what I'm going to do is grab 3,300 from here. And throw that in over here. Okay, I could use another 2,000, in fact. Okay. Okay, that's all good. That was weird. There. Okay, so it'll get my fuel production back online. Fuel production is remarkably oxygen consumptive, so yeah. Plastics chew up a lot of hydrogen, and fuel chews up a lot of oxygen. Okay. All right. I thought... Yeah, well, I try and... Like, officially, Tiny Factory, actually, the usual builds for Tiny Factory actually put a couple of, recyclers in on the build, but I find I wind up, for lack of a better way of putting it, I wind up with enough of it in other processes that just by moving it around, I just keep a, I have a couple of recyclers out on the other side, but generally speaking, yeah, I'm just moving oxygen around, oxygen and hydrogen around from where they're waste products to where I need them for fuel production, and seems to get the job done. Okay. I thought I had patched this board. Apparently I didn't. Hang on a sec. Ah, that's not the right one. Development... Lua. Okay, and then Control A, and copy, and Control L, and Control A, and V. There we go. Hopefully that'll fix that. Okay, that still needs work, obviously. The problem I'm having is on cores where there's more than just Tiny Factory, every piece of equipment in the damn floor gets picked up, and it makes it very difficult to read the board. So I'm trying to filter. So I'm working on some code that actually inside the screen controller, you know, MVC design, filters out anything that basically isn't associated with the actual Tiny Factory build. But that's proving to be a little bit tricky. And I need to adjust this bottom margin too. But making progress slowly. And there's something peculiar about the way, and I'm going to have to go dig through the source code, but there's something peculiar about the way the system actually loads up what machines are running, because it's inconsistent about reporting running machines. You can see there's actually several different machines here that are running right now. but none of them are showing up. And that's a common problem I've been having with the default Tiny Factory board or display code as well. So I'm trying to figure out where that breaks and fix that as well. Yeah, progress. I think Tiny Factory is a great piece of software. So the least I can do is, as I find little things that could be tweaked, try and do so. So, but this thing's running here, so we can go back to the other station now. All right. Okay, so that, and then the last thing I need to do is pop over to I'm out of chargers, aren't I? Yeah, I'm out of calibration charges. All right, so I'll VR to Sakari later. Right. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so oh, good. I've got iron scrap, so I can actually go set that up now. So we'll go do that. All right. L copy. Control L paste. Control L copy. Control L paste. Right. So now I need one of them there things like this. And I need to go over to DULua. And let's stretch this a bit. Like so. And that's iron scrap. And I want the icon path displayed as well. So let's do this first. Okay. Control L. And apply. There we go. And then this, right. And then we're going to pottle up to here and dual universe and crafting calculator. There we go. And I want music. Let's put some music. Pretzel. What do I want to listen to? Melodic bass turned out to be just weird the other day. Well, let's put some trance on and we'll see how that feels. And actually, no, let's not do that and say we did. Let's go back over here and put VHS on. Okay, so that's that. Now here, I want to clear this. Copy the name. Add more items. Iron scrap, there we go. And I would like to make 2,000 of those, please. Okay, so it's 29 grand to do that. All right. Let's just make sure make sure the skill pad is up to date. Only applicable skills, please. Yep. Yep. Okay. I know I have at least 3 in all of these. It's probably 4 or 5. I'm just too lazy to go look. So that'll do. Okay. And so let's... so 2553. Okay. Let's copy that config. Actually, yeah. And that is going to be JSON. All right. And we'll save, and this is iron scrap, isn't it? Yeah. Copy, save. Crafting cost sheets. There we go. All right. Okay, so yeah, it's 25,553. Okay, so then we can go here and edit this. And that's for 2,000. And then what are we doing here? Iron scrap, just to make sure I have the name right. And iron scrap is T1. And that ought to do it. Alright, cool. And wow, that is absolutely not my mood, thanks. You don't ever play that song for me again. Just don't ever do that. Thank you. Okay. So now... Oh, I'm still connected to the other thing. City me! Yeah, that just is not my vibe right now. Go away. What are you bumping into? Oh, that thing. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, that fixes it though, yes? Yeah, that fixes it. Cool, okay. And so we will go from here to here. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I put a dispenser. There are days I scare myself. Like, what the hell, Michelle? They give you a driver's license? Okay. Oh, I hate clipping. Oh my gosh, I hate clipping. Okay. Pieces iron scrap. That's good. Okay. So then I need to come down here. And B. Okay, so it moves blobs of 200. And a blob is 200 liters. And I have 11,000 liters. Okay. So I can keep 5 blobs. No. 50. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Well, let's just say keep 1,000 in here for now. At 1,200. And we'll start with that. And then okay, batch content. $100. There we go. And it's 1,400. Right. 1,400. Just 1, 0. And I need WS2_PN that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that sets that one up. So you can get here, by the way, by one of two platforms. Location name, that's the one I wanted, copy. And No. B to build, and then rename. There we go. So one of them is WS2 Thades Orbital, and the other one is Thades Fuel Scrap and Parts. The idea is that if you're in the neighborhood and you're looking for fuel scrap and parts, you search for Thades and you'll find me, and that's what I'm going to be doing with all my trading posts. Is essentially naming them system name, or moon name or whatever, fuel scrap parts, so that if you're looking for that, you know where to go. All right. So now, what else have I got in here that I can? Okay, the retro rockets. We'll do the 4-pack of retros. Yeah, loot. So you will go there. So I actually need to make a change to my tiny build, and I'll do that after I get this one set up. And this is going to be retro rockets. Retro rocket break M. There we go. And I would like you to keep 12 of these in stock at all times, please. Yep. Actually, don't do that yet. Stop. Right. I'll turn that on in a moment, because I need to configure that thing first. Copy. There we are. And then here... Oops, wrong button. I want the... There. Name copied. Got it. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy today. There we go. And let's make 100 of those. And make sure my skills are up to date. Only applicable skills. Yep. like I say, I'm pretty sure most of the time I'm above 3 on these, but I don't know, and I'm just too lazy to go look. So I just set everything for 3, and if it's better than 3, then I'm actually, you know, better in terms of price than I figured all averages out. Yep, that's all good. Okay. And then we'll just copy that config. We'll paste it here. We will save as. Nope. All right. So officially, it costs me 209,844. 209,844. Why can I just copy that? Yeah, I can. Okay. Should have thought of that earlier. All right, so Control L. And that's by 100. Okay. Oh, and I need to. And we sell those by the four pack as well. Okay, now this, edit batch content. That's what I needed to do, and yes, 4 of them is a batch. Ta-da! Okay, cool. Now I can turn the thing on. Okay, and then 9152. Okay. And then a batch configuration. There we go. 9152. Okay. And down here, WS2 underscore part number, and that. And okay, there we go. All right. So now I need to go make a serious change to my tiny factory. Because I'm running out of plugs, so there's no point in making a whole bunch of stuff I'm not going to be able to do here. I will simply need to set up another TF line to add more assembler capability. So we're going to go over here to Manager. And we're going to go here. Okay, all of this needs to stay. The screens, yes. The lights, yes. Because that's all stuff I'm going to use anyway. Again, this is just space station construction stuff, right? Spares and extras for that. Detection zones, same answer. So, however, any of it I plan on reselling, I should move out of here. Right? So, let's first walk over here and turn the interrupter on. Alright. So now, right, let's get back to this. So, let me get my editor here. Open a new Lua. So, this is station building stuff. I'm gonna keep it. Transfer unit. Essentially, if someone wants to buy this stuff from me, that'll be special order. I'll probably put up a board saying, hey, if you want these things, contact me directly. Transfer unit, same thing. Now, screens, at the end of the day, screens are essentially ubiquitous. They are sort of, you know, spaceships use them, they get busted, that kind of thing. So I'm going to move these out of here. The signs can stay as they are. Same thing with programming boards. It's a ubiquitous item, they break. Lights, same thing. Containers. Yeah, same answer. And I should probably add container large to these. Parcel container, probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna move that out. And that will be a saleable item. Because parcel containers are valuable for any kind of remote operation. Force fields, don't care. Elevators, don't care. Airlocks, okay, that's all, again, station building stuff. Not worried about that. Basic mining units. I need to think about that. Elevators, meh. Don't know I care. Okay, relays. That's another item that people are going... Relays get broken on spaceships. That's just a thing. All of this, that's decorations. That's saleable item. So what do we got here? We got 10... Okay. So I'm going to actually take the spacing out of this. Right, because you only get 10 plugs. So, yeah. I can only hook up 10 transfer units. I think they can. You know something? I just presumed they can. I didn't, I saw the part number and thought, yeah, okay, well, throw it in. I don't know if I've made any. I haven't looked. Okay. This is all station building stuff, but it's all saleable stuff, too. So we're going to take it out of here. Let me check something. Now you've got me curious. All right, I'm just going to hit apply here, and I'll come back in a minute. Have I made any of these? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can make them, because otherwise they'd have been cranked out already. Right, because all the other plants have already been made. Yeah, I keep forgetting the Art Deco stuff is technically, quote, reward material. Alright, well, I'll just pull that out of there. It's 2 less things on the list. Here we go. Thank you. Didn't even think about that. Alright, yeah. Okay, let's get back to this and sorting this thing out. Now, silicon scrap, iron scrap, sulfur scrap, that's all good. Adjusters, retro rockets. So what I need to do now is move everything I plan on selling to the end of the list, like this. Because, again, if I wind up with more than 10 items, that's a problem. Okay, so this fits. Don't have to worry about it. In fact, that gives me a little bit of leeway if I decide, for example, I want to add elevators or the, or, you know, something like, or whatever, into the list that I can sell out of this production line. Okay. And then here, so now what I want to do is sort this mess. This thing does sort, doesn't it? No, don't. It doesn't have a sort feature. Oh, that's stupid. Never mind. Okay, we'll just copy. Get it out of here. No, don't bother. That can get closed up. This can get closed up. You can get closed up. Give me my... Oh, no. My, notepad blanked. I lost all that stuff I had in buffer. That's really bloody frustrating. Okay, give me a minute. Start all over again. Oh yeah, just in this particular case, yeah, literally I was opening one. What I should have done was open the new editor first and then copy paste it over. That's just me being daft. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is we're going to duplicate this. Copy. Here we go. And then I'm going to... Okay, this is trading post production. And then we'll go back here. And then go there. All right. Right then, let's just, so what I'm just gonna do is clean that, just chunk out of this what I don't want. And yeah, like, you're correct, Darth Shell, normally that's what I would be doing, would be using VS Code, but for this I didn't think it was worth the effort. Okay. Now. Okay, there we are. That's my usual ship material list. However, blue powder plastic, galvanized red steel. Okay, we're gonna ditch blue powder plastic. Yep, we can get rid of it. Those we're keep. White pattern carbon fiber, glossy copper. Actually, I've been using. Probably just it. Yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't a deleted. That was just me literally being sloppy. All right. Black pattern carbon fiber. Okay. Copy. Copy. This is the stuff I use for shipbuilding, so I need it around. So no matter what. Alright. Just taking a look here. Blue plastic. No. Matte brown wood I do now use. Matte carbon I do use. Matte orange I do use. The red white plastics I do use. Painted yellow carbon, no I don't. Polished black aluminum, use it constantly. Dark gray, no. Dark, no. That I do. No. Like, yes, that. Yeah, yes, that. White aluminum, yes. No. No. Okay, so that can all go away. Fine. And then this stuff is, like we discussed, all station building stuff. Transfer units, not gonna bother. Screens we're keeping, signs we are not. Board, yes. Lights, yes. Containers, yes. Mining units, no. Parcel container, yes. Barriers, no. Elevators, no. All that. Pressure deck, okay, that's no. Okay, carbon fiber. Is this duped? that is all going to get... Ah, okay. Alright, so what I had done is I'd put all the stuff I was using down here. Alright. Well, hang on. Let's leave all this as is. Okay. The nitrogen, the kurgan, silicon, sulfur is all being made on the other line. So what I want to do now is zoom up here, click that, edit. I know there's a way to do sort. Where is it? Oh, tools. No. Ah, there we go. There we go. Should make things easier to figure out what the hell's going on. Oops. Okay. Now, let's look for duplicates. Or numerical duplicates, anyway. I may have the names different, but you know what I mean. Alright. Okay, so start at the top and just eyeball this. Okay, so that's a dupe. We can get rid of that. That's a duplicate. We can get rid of that one. Transfer unit. No, don't want to sell those. Okay, cool. So, alright, that's relatively neat and tidy for certain definitions of neat and tidy. Or sufficiently wide definitions of neat and tidy. Now, next problem. Unsorting the list, for lack of a better way of putting it. Because what I want to do... Is it alt click? Yeah, it is. Okay. Right. Alright, so now what I need to do... is figure out what I want on the next run. Okay, well, yeah. And we're just gonna get rid of this for now. Likewise, this. And let's save that before we go any further. Okay. Alright, well. Mostly what I need right now, yeah, let's prioritize based on things I am currently using. So for sure, I need to keep making glossy aluminum. Right? No question there. The galvanized black, I definitely am using that right now. Let's just walk around and notice stuff. Oh, right. So obviously, that's Lumi Orange. So we'll put that, move that to the top of the head, or top of the list. I know I'm using purple, and I know I'm using red fairly, and the yellow. I know I'm using those. That's lime green. And then you're the icy blue. We've already got that pinned. Yep. And what are you? Well, you clearly seem to be in a light excess. Vertical light excess. Long light excess. There it is. Alright. And then, likewise, I know... Let's see what else we can find here. Vertical light excess. Yep, I'm going through those, but not a lot. Headlights I'm using, though. A fair number of, in fact. Okay, that's my first batch, right? Because I only get 10 plugs. So if I stop at 9, that leaves me an emergency that I can move to each one. Okay. Okay, so that will be the 10 things that the next one makes. Now, that's a fairly small thing. I can probably do that with just a couple of machines. So this is going to be the interesting part, actually. Now, let's go back over here. Oops. Wow. What? Why is this screwed up? Oh, I see. Okay, so then that's override off. Okay, this circuit's gotten itself all screwed up, but that's all right. There, you turn on. Now, because this is still a fairly substantive list here. Right. And we're going to actually make some changes here. These are all going to be 16s. Make that 16. Yeah. Okay, and we'll recycle, and we'll power cycle that, so it picks up the change. So that'll keep that chewing while I give this some thought. So... Okay. So mostly it's... Alright. It's not going to be terrible. That's actually get a fairly simple build. I don't think I even need a 3D printer in that. Okay. I was thinking I would want to put 2 in side by side here if I can. So let's try that. Because this is what I would usually consider a build, right? One of these square areas, but it's going to wind up being fairly compact because of what I don't need. I don't think I... I don't think I need the metalworking machine or the 3D printer. And I don't think I need a chemical factory for this line. So I think it winds up relatively small. So let's take a look here. I've got 3 glass furnaces in inventory. Well, we'll use them. Equip. Alright, actually, let's start from the other end and work forward. Start here. And build mode. And then... So I will need a refiner in each line. And then... a smelter. I don't know that I need the electronics. That's glass furnace, okay. And that's glass furnace as well, so just glass furnaces I need. There's no electronics involved. Okay. And then... That is... Okay, basic electronics industry. Hey, Yoari, how you doing? Okay. Okay, so yes, lots of basic electronics to do lights. And I do need a 3D printer. Glad I checked. Okay, so... Oh, I thought I had 3. Apparently not. No, apparently not. And then I will need 3D printers. Whip. How goes your day? Hope all is well with you. Okay. So, reasonably speaking, I can actually squeeze 3 lines into that space. It's not that hard, actually. So how many machines is that? Like, again, 10 per block. Or... Oh dear. Alright, let's do this side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could either double up each line, which is an option, of course, or put 3 lines in. But yeah, okay, that's not terrible. Alright, so then I'm gonna need containers. Okay. Okay. Um... switches now. Electronics, I need switches. I only have 2 manual switches left. Okay. May have some more up top. We'll see. So, okay, you go there, and you go there. And then you, unfortunately, go here. That. And there. Right, and then... and then I need a data bank. There. Okay. All right. And this needs to be renamed to manager. This needs to be renamed to chef. All right. We're mostly ready to start wiring. All right. I need to take a brief break, go get myself some hot chocolate, and then we will resume. Pretty sure I have more electronics up on the ship up top, so we'll go check that in a minute. Okay, yeah, we're chewing away on stuff here. Very nice. All right. So we'll leave you with the adventure cam, and I'll be right back. And we'll get back to building more factory stuff here. Space. It's big. It's unbelievably, mind-bogglingly big. Like further even than going to the chemist. All right. The carrier's bigger than the station, which is funny as hell to me. Yup. Starting to look fairly impressive, though. Okay, I did bring switches with me. Excellent. Do I just want to hijack those? Do I want to hijack those in the name of the cause? And I believe the answer is yes. Anything else I need while I'm here? Don't think so. Oh, screens. What do I have for screens? Decorative. Okay, I got plenty of screens. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that's actually all I needed from here was the switches, and that'll let me get caught up on the other side while I get this new production line in place. Yep, taking shape slowly. I do like the way it's starting to look, though. Whoops. Okay, well, I guess I'm going this way, then. Hey, we got 10 viewers. One sec here. Oops. Not you. That. There we go. Ticket rules. Sec here, folks. Let's go here. Okay, first off, machinery seems loud, music seems not loud. So let me change that balance around. There we go. That's the first thing. Second thing. Loyalty. There we go. Giveaways. All right. let's, okay, we can make this one go away. Yep. And this one go away. Yep. And let's duplicate this one. There we go. And let's turn that on. There we go. So, giveaway on the go. This will be the wrap up the stream the next 40 minutes. And so there'll be 1 or 2 polls on this, depending how many names we get in the bin. So if you're interested in a shot at just about 2 million Quanta, a little bit of spending money to get through the week, go ahead and exclamation mark ticket. There we go. Hummingbird's in already. All right. So... okay. Well, this place is humming right along. Okay. Right. All right. Okay. Okay, so databank and manager. So, okay, I can do that. And then that one goes to manager. Well, I know that. And then manager. That's chef, customer line, manager. Okay. So core, data bank. Okay. Now, where is the core on this place anyway? It's down here, I think. Yep, there it is. Core, then data bank. And then screen. And then the screen. And I'll just use an S for this. Don't need a Alright, I'll just use one of the XS's then. It's fine. Annoying, but it'll do. There we go. Oh, right. There. Okay. And then, so... Oh, okay. Manager. Screen. Okay, then, yeah, and then actually to the screen device itself. There we go. Like so. And then we go to chef. Chef goes to the data bank. And then the finishing equipment. Okay. All right. That I will need to think about. Oh, I forgot to plug all these in. It's not done yet. Right, that's okay. There we go. And then these I need to plug to their respective devices. Like that. Okay. So Chef goes to the database. In fact, all of these use the database. That is one of the limiting lines. The maximum size of a tiny factory is the fact that 10 connections to the database. So at most 10 programming boards. Okay. So, all right. Let me think about this. So one of these furnaces needs to go up top. So I'm just going to sit you over here. This will be my finishing area. This will all get moved upstairs. Now I need to make sure these are all named properly. That is manager. That is chef. That is not named. Rename. This is line cook 1. This is line cook 2. Now, is it line cook or not? Yes, it is line cook. Okay, that works. And then chef, and then screen. Chef got named. Line cook is named, and then this should be screen. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna connect you to the manager board, the chef board. I will also, by definition, need what's the honeycomb? I don't have a honeycomb machine in inventory. Well, foop, George. Okay, that complicates everything. Stack all. I must not be making them, because otherwise I'd have some. So that's a problem. All right. Well then. Yes. Honeycomb refinery is what I'm looking for. And I would like an uncommon honeycomb refinery, please. So we need that number. Yeah, the screenshots are just easier. Hang on, sorry. Ping me via Discord if you like, and I will just copy, and I will just send you my screenshots. Because that's off of a clean install build, a clean install from a TF small. That's good. No point in you reinventing a wheel. Particularly if I have one that already rolls fairly well. Yeah, I'll do like that. Go. Schematics. Blink, blink. Okay. First off, let's dump these in here. Oops, wrong button. And then... No, not you. You. No. That. There we go. Retro rocket brake M. Construct support M. Okay, and it takes 39 minutes to generate a batch of 18. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll do one batch for 8 hours. There we go. So that will get that figured out. I should probably check you. Because not convinced about that. Let's just do... Okay, I'll do the same thing. 1, 2... 1... Oops, no, stop. 1, 2, and 3. And then another run for 8 hours. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I don't have any plan to produce these right now. But you know something? Let's just get these made now. So that when I turn that on, it's not an argument. 10 hours. Yeah, 8 hours, please. 7:54, close enough. Okay. Okay. So that's going to be bogged up for a little bit. So I'm kind of stuck on this front until a couple of pieces come off. But I can get the rest of it. Well, I am and I'm not. I'm just limited in what I can produce initially. The rest of it still needs to get wired up. Let's get back into build mode. All right. And then these are easy. I've got line 1, line 2, right? And then let's just get me aluminum glass. Show me the glass. We'll use the faint. There. Hey, look. Left, right. That's funny, isn't it? this up here so it doesn't quite munge over so badly. This will just have to sit there. Okay. So... Alright, all of these. So that's line... Okay, this is 2. This is 1. That's easy enough. Alright. So all of this goes there. And then this is output, that is input. So that goes there. And we do the same thing again. And this is input. So it goes there. Alright. And then this all gets cross-wired. Like that. Okay. So that's a pretty typical setup. And then what should be happening is that both of these get plugged into this, for example. And then this gets plugged into the output there. Yep. And then here, so this is 2, so that's this board. So now we're gonna turn these off. Turn these on. And all of this gets plugged into board 2. Yep. And then all of this gets plugged into board 1. There we go. So that's all of those done. That part's easy. Once you understand the pattern, these 2 boards are simple. And then back here, the last one is the screen board, which is screen, the databank, the core. So databank, then core. And we've already got databank. Now we'll plug to the core. And then we plug to the screen. All right. Now we can start loading software. So we can put this away. Okay, I've got this open, yes? Yes, I do. Okay. So then I can go to No, wrong one. Okay, screen.lua. Let's start with that. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we'll start with screen, copy. Go. Secure. All right, then we want the customer board. So, okay, so we can put screen away, and this is customer. Copy. And Control L, advanced, paste. And then we can get rid of you. Then we want manager. And copy. And advanced. Paste. And then chef, line cook. We'll use the same code. So that's copied. So chef, oops, no. So that's that, and then the last one is the screen board. There we go. So that's that one. Now the last thing, now the next to last thing is to go blob this in here. And so this is going to be, yeah. Copy. No, don't do that. There we go. So this is what it's going to worry about making. So officially, if I throw ore in that bin and press go, it'll start making Lumi. Except that it's going to crash the other system, the other one. Right? So we're going to turn this one off. We're going to go over here and turn this one off. So that is... yeah. Okay, something peculiar is going on here, and I'm not sure what. Deactivate. Thank you. When I say drop dead, what I meant was drop dead. There. So now I can go over here and turn this on. And for that, I actually would like to put another switch in. Because that lets me operate this when I'm VR'd. Hang on a sec here. Light. Do I have a light? Yes, I do have a light S. Equip. 9. Let's move you to here. Let's move you to here. Let's turn you off for a moment, because you're just a little bright on the eyes. Oh, wow. Okay, it's just not going to sit squared. Okay, fine. And then 7 will go here. And then I need colors. So I can put this away now. I can put this away for now. 25 minutes. So, in the giveaway, we've got Kestrel, DU Prowler, Yawari, and Hummingbird. So, about a 1 in 4 chance right now, winning almost 2 million. Not a bad deal. We will use my light cyan. We'll use the light blue. Yeah, light cyan. I can always dial that number down if it's still too hard on the eyes. Advanced. And on. Yeah, we'll dial that back a bit. Edit. So that is 34, and that is 0.5. There we go. Much more pleasant. And yes, I have that plugged in. Okay. So if I'm in person, I can just, turn this board on, but there. So now, in a moment, start seeing all the lights clicking on, right? And that's way too high up, so... All right. The one thing I don't like about Pretzel, absolutely no volume averaging. Okay, so something's misbehaving because that screen's not updating, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops, yeah, wrong button. Turn all that off. Yeah, nothing's erroring out. And it's actually schematic hunting. Okay, just started the screen. Okay, okay, so it's just schematic hunting yet. It doesn't know what to put up on the screen because it hasn't found the schematics yet. Okay, that's fine. I do have a concern, however, about multiple TFs running on the same core, and I don't know if it's going to prove realistic or not. We'll see. So what I'm just waiting for is for this thing here to start complaining about available material, right? Because that should be the next thing it bitches about. Is, hey, I don't have any ore in the input bin. How do you expect me to accomplish anything? So we'll see if that happens. Screen script into the screen. Yes, I did. In fact, it's actually running my modded version, um, which does some tidying and prioritizing. So it's there. Squiz has got a little bit. Basically, generally speaking, Squiz is stuck fairly tightly to an MVC style build, which is cool. The problem is that one of his controllers has a little bit of view management in it, which is causing me some grief. So I don't know if I want to submit if I want to patch that out or not. From Fury's perspective, it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be there anyway. Yeah, and okay. Did I miss anything? That's a very valid question, though. Because yes, I agree with you. It's acting like it's missing data. Screen, dataset, core. And then manager, I think, goes to screen as well. Yes. That's my problem. I think. Okay. What are you plugged into is the more valuable question. Screen and manager. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Are you throwing an error by chance? No, you're not. Okay. What about you? No. Hmm. I am puzzled. Because it's just, at the point it's drawn the bottom bar, it's clearly not getting data. Well, let's just try something. just grab that. And control advance. Yeah, there we go. Edit content. Control A, delete. And paste the defaults. Okay, so it's a sorting problem with my default manager. Okay, that's good to know. So it's something in the code I'm running there. That's good to know. That's the problem. That's exactly what I was afraid of. That is all of the equipment on the other line. Bloody bark in hell. Now, so, Yep, that's exactly what it is. He's using it. The software is written on the basis that it's going to be the only thing on the core. That is going to cause me no end of grief. I was starting to wonder if this would be the problem. Or would be a problem. And I'm unhappy to find out it will be. Yeah, exactly. Okay, my override switch is being weird. I'll need to figure out why that's running backwards now. Yeah, that's really bothersome. Okay. Okay. Retrieve, retrieve, retrieve. Okay. So we got, what, 12 minutes left on those. That's going to require some thinking, because what it basically does is invalidates the idea of that I was planning on running this station on. I mean, I can get around it. That's not the point. Just, it's going to cost me a lot of cores to get around it, because I expect to have five TFs running in this stage five TFs running in every one of my trading posts. I expect to have one trading post in every planetary system. Hmm. And there's just nothing I can do about that. What it does mean, however, is that there's literally no point to... Right? And that's... So what I'm doing in that hunk of code I've got is filtering out everything that doesn't have a it isn't part of a line, right? So the idea, and it's this code running over here. Let me turn this off and turn the other one on. I want to see what happens now. So let me turn this off. Now you see here, there's a big gap down the bottom, right? So what's happening is that this board is actively filtering everything that doesn't report a line number or isn't associated with a line number. And that's what's supposed to be happening with the other one. So I shouldn't see any of the machines on this line because they're not associated with line 1 or 2 on the other side, right? So what's different? It's got to be something I've done wrong. Your line cook 1, your line cook 2. Your screen, your line cook 3. How is it? No, I've got the switch's name the same. What is defining the lines? I've done something different, is the catch. The output boxes. I wonder if it's keying off the outputs. Because that's the only place it explicitly says line 1, line 2, line 3. Don't know. Well, we'll find out in a moment if, after this experiment, we don't get anywhere. Okay. I wonder. Okay, so it's still... I'm going to put my code back onto that screen. Copy. Now, if I turn this back on, do I suddenly see just the stuff over here? No. Ah, damn it. And my gaming rig just nosedived. All right. Give me a sec here. I'll have to reboot it. That's a bit of a drag. So yeah, I'll have to rename some equipment. Well, what I'm gonna have to do is go look in the code again and figure out how it identifies lines, because yeah, I mean, I got 1, 2, 3. If this is 4 and 5, and it gets away with that, then great. I think I like that as an approach. We'll see how it works. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, I don't want to have to do a rewrite, a substantial rewrite of the software to get it to behave properly. It's a genius piece of software. But there are a couple of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Design presumptions. And one is actually in the name. Tiny. It's small install. This isn't for, it ultimately isn't for the kind of things that, I'm trying to do with it. But because of the way my head works, it would be actually really good for me. Yes, it is expandable, but it's up to you to figure that out. Cool. All right. And for what I paid for it, I really don't have any. I'm hardly complaining. Let's put it that way. All right. Getting myself logged back in. Yep. To me, like I say, for what I want to do, it would be actually ideal if I can get it to work you know, multiple installs on a large core, because then it's actually really easy to manage, and it's no more intrusive than doing calibrations. Ultimately, I just VR to a location, push a button on the wall, sip my coffee, chit chat with a few people, exit VR. It's got its marching orders for the next half an hour, right? I do that once a day, and everything stays topped up at all my factory locations. And I don't have to have sprawls of gear sitting around hoping I might want to make one thing, which really drives me nuts. I hate machinery that's not working. One sec here. All right. Yeah, it's a colossal waste of money, and it doesn't. And worse than that, it doesn't look cool. Because I'm at least partially an artist. Aesthetic matters. All right. So I'm gonna go over here and turn this off. I'm not sure why. There we go. Okay. Okay. So if I come over here and for amusement, let's rename. By the way, let's rename some gear here. So your name is going to be Line Cook 4, which means your name is going to be Line Cook 4. Which means your name is going to be Line Cook 5. And your name will be Line Cook 5. So 1, 2, 3 are associated with that setup over there. And then here I've got this one. And then let me go in here. Piss off, that's not what I wanted. And I'm just gonna, I'm actually just may not bother with this at all. Yeah, we'll just blank this out. And then let's reboot this. What she gonna do? Well, it's turning everything on. Okay, let me... There. Oh, hang on, I'll show you here in a sec, because I actually realized I need to flip a software switch anyway. So, manager, unit, start. Number of lines is 2. Yes, because it's default install. Okay, that's good. So that's right. I'm actually... We'll let this power up one more time. Okay, I hear equipment cycling. So it's running. Just, well, yeah, and that's because because what's happening is it's the software, it's my version of the software I'm running. So what, and I'll show you what happened. I'll come over here, I'll light this one up. So you'll notice that all of these things here have got, chef 1, chef 2, line 1, waitress, blah, 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 ahead of them, right? The problem is that if you have other equipment on the core that's not that industry equipment, then what happens is it shows up at the top of your list with a blank in the name. And if you have a lot of other industry units, it actually pushes this list down off the bottom of the page. So what I've done is added a filter that basically says if it doesn't have a name here, just don't display it. So now what I'm trying to remember is, where did I put that? Is that in Manager or is that in Screen? And this is why I say there's a couple places that the MVC is just cross-wired. Okay, I must be filtering it in the Screen PB itself. All right, let me go look at something here real fast. And this is why, yeah, like I say, there's a little bit that's just cross-wired. So what it does here is it's this line. Basically, it grabs all of the industry on the core. It doesn't actually check to see if it owns it, it just grabs the whole list. Okay, so I've marked out table sorted. That might be the problem. Well, there is a way to be sure. If it's something clever I've done here, advanced, copy the Lua. It's one of two places. It's either the manager or it's this. So let's toddle over here. Throw that. Toddle over here. Are you screen? Yeah, you're screen. Advanced. Paste. Let's turn this thing back on. Yep, that's what it was. He sorts his list, and because he's sorting all of the stuff that's and he cuts off in his code, what he does is he generates a message that cannot be longer than 1024 characters because that's your maximum send length. And then, but he sorts the table first. Everything that has a blank key name, line 3, line 4, line 1, chef, whatever, winds up at the top of the table. So it winds up blotting out the rest of the data. So that's what it was. Okay. I had forgotten that. So then, hypothetically, I can put these back to being line... You know something? I actually think I'm going to leave them, quote, misnumbered. It's actually easier to track that way. I think that's just gonna how I'll do them. But, so let me run this back up. Get this machinery thinking. Okay, so we need ore. So let me go over here. Yep. Oh, I've said it several times. They don't want to hear that. It's NQ's fault. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about any other thing. And he's the third person in 3 days who's come in with this. I suspect it's the same person, just rolling characters. Because it's free to create a character. Yeah, we'll just grab 4,600 liters. And we'll scoot over here and input, yes. There we go. Okay, so it's going to start chewing on iron. Cool. There we go. Off to the races we are. Okay, I'm going to turn this off so I can come over here and show you what the hell it is I've done to get the 3-line build running. You know Anshar from a long while? Okay, fair enough. Then it's just bad luck. Somebody else wound up on my block list yesterday because they just wouldn't shut up. All they wanted to do was blame NQ. They didn't want their mind was made up and there was no confusing them with the facts. The fact that the amount of I literally went and did a Google search. What happens if I unsub from Dual Universe? And the answer is 4 pages of hits between Reddit, forums, from both present day beta as well as articles posted other places. If you don't know, it's because you don't want to know. And if all you want to do is blame someone else for that ignorance, yeah, Okay, so about this. Let's talk about this. So the way it works is, so in this case I've got 3. Originally I had 4, but the answer is rough. The answer is the same. So this thing, by the way, down here, even using the hubs, is completely for utility if you like to stand and stare at boards. Okay. You don't need to use cargo hubs. That's the first thing. I know it's a statement of the obvious, but I have had that question. So each one of these areas is line 1, line 2, line 3. Okay? All of the refiners are plugged to my my input, which is this one over here. Okay? My source. After that, the rule is that the line outputs to its own number. So line 1 outputs to line 1. Line 2 outputs to line 2. Line 3 outputs to line 3. Okay? Then then essentially what you do is you feed from the line ahead of you. So the line ahead of 1 is in fact line 3. So if I 7 and go over here and right click. Okay, you see how it's set up. So everything from 3 is going into 3, but everything going into 1 is 3. It's the same process again if I go look at line 1. Or sorry, if I go look at container number 1. Line 1 outputs to container 1. And then container 1 feeds line 2. And you just do a round robin. You follow? Yeah. Then, because I have so much machinery on the go here, what I did was that I then set up 4 transfer units and 2 more boards, which are called Waitress. And the only thing that distinguishes a Waitress board is that you name the board Waitress 1, Waitress 2, etc. And what Waitress does is that it basically transfers from the out, in my case, all of the 1, 2, 3s are plugged into all 4 of these transfer units. That loads a cache, if you will, and that is what allows me to run 2 chefs worth of equipment up here. Because otherwise you have to plug every machine, right? It just gets there are too many, you wind up with too many links. So I have 4 links coming into this, and then I have all of my outgoing links from there. And then I have 2 chefs, 1 running this side, 1 running that side, or something like that. So, sticking with the restaurant allegory, the waitresses basically get everything set up for the chefs to prep onto plates. No. Well, no. So no, none of my machines directly connect to line 1, 2, 3. All of them, these 4 transfer units all connect 1, 2, 3. Fine. The waitresses tell, in fact, what it is, it's a pair of it's, yeah. Yeah, it's 1 waitress running these 4 machines, right? and that's shoveling the material up to here so that you and this is what the chefs pull from. Okay? And that allows me to have two chefs running off of all of this machinery without running out of connections. So here you can see the waitress is moving. What do we got? Ionic chambers, and here it's power systems. So essentially what Waitress does is runs a maintain for all of the ingredients that are in the list required for the chefs to finish to do what's in their in their product list. And then the lines go, "Oh, I'm out of this widget. I need to make more of those widgets because Waitress keeps running off with them." It just adds a step in the middle compared to the usual process. Yep. Yeah, there's no problem to doing it at all. The three lines actually make this thing guzzle material. It is incredibly responsive, even with complex lists of makeables. Um, and yeah, it works very well. It also means that, for example, you can subdivide your chef into the production it makes. Um, for example, if I go look at my chef boards, so I've got a glass furnace or a recycler that makes to make scrap, chemical industry, honeycomb, and honeycomb on this machine, right? And the assembly line XS. And then on this machine, I've got another uncommon assembly line XS, which allows me parallelism for small items. Just get them off the line quickly. But this, I have my M, my L, and my S assembly lines here. And I could easily tack another two assembly lines onto this. I've got, well, actually more than that. I've got, 8 plugs left, right? So the limit, um, so the limit ultimately winds up, where? There. The limit winds up, this. How many outlinks, right? So I've hit my cap, not because of because of my chef capability, but because of my ability to get product to it. So if I wanted to, I could have two waitresses, which is what I do on my other facility. Hang on, let's go take a look at that one, because that one's a little bit more complicated yet. No worries, Darth Shell. I've done the same thing. Um, and yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Um, oh, this again. Hang on. Yeah, and the trick is parallelism because, for example, L frames take 10 minutes to move one, right? So you can have a whole bunch of machines sitting idle because you're waiting for what's behind the L frame to move. So you always want at least 2 transfer units. More, if, for lack of a better way of putting it, more is better. Hey, Browser Frog. Yeah, I went with 4 because it's as much a tech demo as anything else. All right, let's go back here. Just waiting for everything to zone in here. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, so wait for everything to zone in here. Oops. There we are. Oh, you're very welcome, Kestrel. I've gotten a lot of help from various people about various things in the community. This is just me paying it forward. I really believe in what Squiz has done with the Tiny Factory software, and if me... But the reality is that I'm, you know, is that I'm a very process-driven type of developer, and so... Hey, Landmark Explorer 18 with the raid! Oh my! Welcome, everybody! That's awesome. 30 viewers.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. For those of you who do not know me, I'm 902PE Gaming. Thank you. Deeply appreciate the raid there, Landmark Explorer. Welcome, everybody. If you have any questions about me or the game or anything else, do let me know. Shout out in chat. So yeah, so in this case, what I've got done here, Kestrel, is this is a full 4-line build. Oops, up we go. And so you can see sort of how everything's laid out, right? And then up here, oops, missed. Jumping games and why I don't play them. No, can't get up there. Okay. You know something? There is build mode. There we go. So in this case, I've got 2 chefs running. Okay, which is this side is 1 chef, this side is another, and each of these sides is serviced by 1 waitress board, 1 and 2. and they use a pair of transfer units to load this box, pair of transfer units to load that box, and this side runs off that machine, and so on. So same idea again. I get the benefit. I get the fairly substantial benefit of the parallelism of having 4 lines running. Each one down here has got a an uncommon refiner and a common and a basic refiner. So if I'm, if this thing's slurping ore back, it's doing so in a relatively intelligent way. And then, each line is a perfect duplicate of the other. So anything can be produced on any of the lines and then moved. And then again, all of these transfer units, all 4 of them, are pinned to all 4 of these lines. And so they can find, if that glass furnace needs a particular thing, or, that honeycomb refinery needs a particular thing, it has the ability to, that message gets transferred to the waitress. The waitress has got all 4 lines to go looking through the inventories to use the transfer units to shuffle it up. And the magic to all that is in the manager board, which is this one here. I'll just dive in for a moment. And it's down towards the end. And yeah, this is just some duplication because of me. But if you take a look here, you get the chef build. Then we take the builds list, we create an ingredients list, and we save that as waitress. Then we take then we recurse the ingredients list and save that as line cook. So that's how it works. So waitress is only going looking for top tier ingredients, the stuff that doesn't require anything else to make it. That is the domicile of the line cooks. And that's how it's set up internally. Does that make sense? Well, as far as I know, Kestrel, this facility here is available via VR. You should be able to go to WS2 Mattis Orbital Station and just come look. But it's the same idea, is that, again, it's all of line 1 loads bin 1, all of line 2 loads bin 2. Bin 1 runs line 2. Bin 2 is what feeds line 3. Line 3 is what feeds line 4. And line 4, bin 4 is what feeds line 1. Wolfstar Systems. That's the name of my corporation. So, but yeah, and so you can see we're, everything is spinning up now that this is running. And in a minute, we'll see. And yeah, in a minute we'll start to see the we'll see the transfer unit spinning up so that these things can start working again. But you get the advantage of really wide parallelism this way. It is fairly hungry for ore. I've got a large container that I use, and okay, so my final output container is, yeah, I've got one for honeycomb and I've got one for elements. But I do that so that I can find things easily. It's not based line one, line two, and it's based on literally what a given machine makes. So everything between chef 1 and chef 2 that makes honeycomb goes here. Right. That's exactly it. And then everything that isn't making honeycomb honeycomb goes here, and everything that's elements goes there. Right? And that's what it is. What am I doing for ore here? Okay, we're mostly okay for ore. Excellent, Kestrel. Glad I could help. Oh, my pleasure. Gives me something to talk about and hang out with folks, right? There we go. So yeah, but like I say, all of my my locations are public. You can just go wander around and look. That's no problem. So if you have any, like I say, feel free to go stare. That's how I learned. All right. That bug. Okay, that's fine. All right. Yeah, understood. We'll run this up, get these ones chewing on what they need, and let me know what it is they want. It's kind of a small screen. I wonder if I should replace it with something easy to read. I don't think it matters, though. But yeah, okay, so it's okay, so it's slowly finding all the various equipment. Okay, so I need ore. Pure carbon. We'll toggle on up here. I'll snag a bucket of ore. Oh, this thing's running too. Okay, don't want that. There we go. So yeah, as a bit more machinery gets cranked off, I'll probably add a couple of more machines to each line, just because I have the capacity in terms of plugs to do so, and that'll maximize my runtime. That'll basically speed the runtime up, because it can be working on multiple things per line. So now I'm gonna have to do some rethinking. Because yeah, that was sort of an unexpected issue. All right. Okay. So Okay, that's just doing what it needs to do. Now we need to go over here and rethink a few things, because this whole idea isn't going to work the way I have this set up. So you're what? You're a screen M. Okay. And screen S is how big? Do I have any? Yeah, okay, I have 2 screen S's. Okay, well, 2 will do. Okay, so... Yeah, alright. So I can't quite get too wide across that space. Close, but not quite, but that's okay. So... tear this down. The bins will just have to get relocated. And then, okay, so the screen is the least important part of the equation. So let's get in here, take this thing apart, because this doesn't do what I want anymore. In fact, I specifically don't want it doing this anymore. So, oops, 8. We're just going to zap all this out. Oops. Okay. Now, you are... okay, you're running that. And then I have a few of these kicking around that I need to find. You can go away. And I think there's one down here now that doesn't do anything. Yes, you. Is that it? I think so. I think I closed up the rest of them. Okay. Um, 7 and 2. Okay, that's all good. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, that's all cool. So now I need to empty this locker down here because, well, that wasn't very bright either. Just stay open. 9. This is going to be such a pain in the ass to do. Okay. You're the manager, so we're going to sit you, no, over there. And then put the data bank beside you. And then you're what? Okay, that's the manager switch. Okay, we'll sit you beside you. Okay, that is Chef 1. And switch. Ah, okay, I see what I was doing. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So you go there. And then cook. You are the other chef. Okay. Cool. And then line cook, line cook. Okay, you're one? Yes. Alright, what else got in here? Anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so it's just that down there. That's the screen board. Goes here. Okay. And the waitress board is over sitting on top of the transfer units, if I recall correctly. Okay. Okay. So, your manager, yes? Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is me just being fussy because I like my aesthetics. Thank you. Goes there. And you can go away because you don't do what I need. You don't do anything I need anymore. Thank you. All right. And then we have our 3 line cooks. Go. Now this gets weird. I don't know if I can do this or not. Yeah, I don't want it going through the side of the box. That looks weird. Nope, not going to be able to fit a second one in there. That's... oh, piss off. Yeah, just not enough room, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So then this one will go here. And then the last one is the screen. Okay, cool. So that's that taken care of. That neats that up. Gets all of this in one place. Yeah, my roommate. That's diggy hole, diggy dwarf. That's yeah. Okay. Now. What are you? Oh, you're the customer screen. And I have room to tuck this away in here. Yeah, I could over there. And then I need a switch. Equip. And that goes from here to there. And then I need a light. Light S. There we go, equip. And we'll set that there. And then... yeah, need sodium. One sec. Okay, advanced, set RGB. Copy. I understand why, but yeah, I agree with you. It's unfortunate that that some players think it's funny to annoy developers. Okay. So now, really hate doing this, but here we go. All right. So now we need a pair of screen S's. Oh, there they are. Equip. Okay, we'll put Okay, fine. I'll just do this now. For now, we'll do this. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, but I'll fix it later. As with most things, I'll fix it later. I don't know when later is, but I'll fix it later. Yeah, see, I'm of the opinion that what I've noticed is that every time I go looking at a dumb restriction, what I find is a story in a forum about how someone did something like, you know, built an L-core with, you know, damn near an acre and a half of glass directly over Market 6. So now, and crashed everyone's ships into it. And, you know, naturally, NovaQuark got blamed for that, not the idiot player. So now NovaQuark has to create a no-fly zone. You know, etc., etc. It just... We keep getting... we have all kinds of problems, but yeah, there are all kinds of really, quote, nonsensical restrictions, and almost all of them are caused by people who think it's funny to troll NovaQuark. And so, oddly enough... How am I going to do this? You there. If I do that, and I do this, and I'll just... I'll leave that there for now, because I'm not convinced. Now I need to go from the screen board and the manager board to this board. Or, yeah. And I need to scoot over here. Where am I going? I'm confuzzled! Where am I at? Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Let's grab the code from this. You know, I guess... Oh yeah, there are. But the thing is all the time that they spent basically trying to circumvent players who are trying to circumvent them is time not put into into improving the game in other places. Oh, yeah, I know. Like I say, just... A certain amount of the state of the game is the direct responsibility of the players. Whether they wish to acknowledge that or not is a different discussion. Okay, you are manager, so we will go from here to here. And you are screen. Yeah, I agree with you, and so does almost everyone who flew biplanes. Unfortunately, you know... The reality is that that's what modern warfare looks like. The Harpoon missile is incredibly unchivalrous. It's also incredibly effective. And it is a aesthetics decision. But the question is, ultimately, is this a game about character versus character or player versus player? This is a game that is character versus character. That's what the skill numbers are for. Because, trust me, I play a game where you have skills that interfere with... that you have character skills which interfere with your player versus player, and the hatred The players have. Oh, I had him dead in my sights, I pulled the gun, and I missed. How is that possible? Shit game. It's because it's a brand new plane, you haven't upgraded it yet, and you haven't upgraded your pilot skills for jets yet. So you are absolutely crap. So while you, the player, might have had the crosshairs in the right place, everything else went wrong. Yeah, players hate that answer. And I already have a Twitch shooter I cannot play. That's Star Citizen. So, yeah, I like games that are character versus character, where if I decide I want to be a combat monster, the answer is I invest points in combat. Manager, yes, that's correct. Yeah, the speed limitation is purely a technical limitation. It's a math limit. It's a hard math limit. So if it's 4 voxels to a meter, and you're moving at 1 kilometer per second, you are moving at 4,000 voxels per second. Now, 1 kilometer per second is slow. You get to a point where simply the servers and the player PCs cannot keep up. The data transfer to why would we want to say slow down roid miners? Yeah, setting warp points in Lua, I agree with. That's just an odd one. But again, they already, they're... The developers would like you to play the game. We already have someone who's written a script for a ship that lets them basically do nothing except to do the aileron run. All they have to do is, when the screen goes beep, is click and drag. And then hit the button again, make another 180,000. It does all the waypoints, everything in software. The pilot needs to know nothing or be capable of nothing other than... Absolutely. And so... Yeah, So to me, at least, there is a limit at which we have to say, in EVE, you can't script at all. Because the players saw the doom that scripting would create and said no. There is no API. There is no ability to script anything in EVE. If the devs don't give it to you, you don't have it. So to me, warp to 0? I'm not sure we need to be able to do that in software. Do I think it would be cool? Yes, because I can manipulate every other way. And it's only for consistency. I can manipulate every other waypoint in software except warp points. I get why. Yep. And I consider that ship game-breaking, by the way. I know there's people who will disagree with me, and you're allowed to. That's perfectly cool. I don't have a problem with that. One sec here. I think it's healthy if we disagree with each other. But I also think we also have to collectively agree about what's important. Okay, let's see if I've screwed this up. Yep, okay, software is loaded. Okay, this could work. All right, now. um. Now I gotta decide what makes some sense here. Okay, let me... Alright, let's turn this off. Let's turn you on and do some thinking. Alright, you! What are you? You're the input bin. Okay. Um... Okay, there we go. You are named line. Okay. Let's move you over to line 1. Just there. Line 2. Okay, and then that is station core storage. Alright, so you're reloading stuff over here. Over here, I need a couple of more cargo hubs. Do I have them? I do not. Oh. But isn't that awkward? I might have one up in the carrier that I can steal. One will do until another one gets made. Oh, going the wrong way. Do I have 2 or do I only have 1? Well, 1 will have to do. Think while I'm here. So drag file. There. Okay. No, doesn't look like it. Like I say, there'll be another one coming off the chalks shortly, but that doesn't help me now. Go to here. Remove those, please. Stack all. No, don't do that. Okay. All right, let's... Yeah, I'm not convinced it matters. Kestrel. I'm just organizing stuff based on, how I think. The only thing that seems to make a difference is the names of the boards. The names of the boards and the names of the switches. Everything else seems to be freestyle. Right. So now what I need to do is build mode and 7. Okay. Keep doing that. There. Okay, so now loading ore I can just do from here. Okay. There we go. Pure calcium. Okay, so that is limestone I need. There we go. That will probably work. Now, let's go one step further, rename, and let's call this L1 ... L3. And then let's rename this one to L4 . Oops. L4 ... L5. Biggest tooltips. And then, oops, wrong button. Copy. Ugh. Copy, not paste. There we go. Okay. There. That helps. So yeah, what I'll just do is I'll just number everything in an ascending series, and that'll help it, and that'll make it easier to find what it is I'm doing. I could grab that whole stack now that I have it working and shuffle it all underneath over here, but I'm just as liable to build a cabinet there over top of it. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, so this is, yeah. The reason it's not producing a lot right now is because it's hunting through schematics, trying to find matches for what it can do, right? Okay, so glass furnace is chewing on no, it's trying to chew on LEDs. Smelter's trying to make alpha. Refiner's running pure calcium. Okay, so it has begun working. All right. All right, cool. Bit of a job, but I mean, it seems to be working. So now it's just a matter of getting the basically getting the schematics lists caught up on the various machines so that it can actually start churning out goods. But that's okay. And that's not a bad footprint for a line, which means that every floor of the station, I can do 40 different products, right? Because each one is basically going to be built into a 4-quarter system like this, right? So I can put a pair of lines, a pair of lines, a pair of lines, etc., with each one doing 9 to 10 products. So that makes it easy to scale. So, okay. Yes, exactly, Kestrel. I was worried for, my initial reaction was, oh no. And I'm glad I was wrong. This is a common thing with me. I'm generally happier when I'm wrong. So. But yeah, okay. I think, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary refinery, everybody else, I think that's it for today. I'm, yeah, getting tired. So we'll, wrap this up. Let me take a look and see who's available for raid. Well, yeah, but that's part of the equation. See, that's actually where the 10 product limit comes from. It's because I can have 10 transfer units hooked up to the output container. So the way I'm doing it, Kestrel, just real fast before I wrap up, is that underneath each dispenser, right, there's a container that's connected to the dispenser, but down here there's a transfer unit that's pulling from the production output box. So each one of these machines is just programmed keep a certain amount of goods, like over here, right? If I go take a look at this one, if I can get at it. There we go. So I've just told it keep 6,000 liters of fuel in the local container at all times. The factory is going to keep its own amount of fuel in its primary reserve at all times. So as fuel gets used out of here, the transfer unit is going to pull fuel up to fill up the local tank, if you will. And then the next time the tiny factory gets spun up, it'll go, I need to make more Neutron, and off it goes. Yeah, there's just, and I agree with you. It's a foible of the way the dispensers themselves work. It kind of drives me nuts. But okay, yeah, that's just how it works. So, yeah. So I'm limited to 10 products per line. No, exactly. So I'm limited to 10 products per line, not for any other reason, but because that's the number of transfer units I can connect to an output bin. So if I want to have 40 products, I have to have 4 output bins, and each of those output bins is fed by 2 lines. Yep, I would tend to agree with you. I'm not sure where this limitation comes from. Like I say, usually I can find someone being stupid story, resulting in restrictions being applied, but I'm not sure where this restriction comes from. I can't find anything, doing, Google searches about it. There's nothing in the collective lore, as it were. So yeah. But, okay. Which is the reason, over here, my primary build is so damn big is because it's doing much more than 10 products. It's responsible for furnishing me all of the material I need to keep building the station. Oh, absolutely, Kestrel. And absolutely, Uari. And again, some of these limits are likely technological ones. Um, managing, managing how the backside server technology, keeping load bearable on those systems. A lot of that, and some of it just might be bad design. I know that it's no small secret that a lot of the initial code written in alpha before JC, I think his name was, got ousted, was just bad code. It's bad code. There's just no polite way to put it. You can use euphemisms like spaghetti, but that's just badly designed code, and that has created a lot of technological debt with the project. So we, and yeah, we'll just keep playing. What it means is that, one of the things on my project list for my large build, where's customer at? Is that this one? Yeah, that's customer. Oddly enough, it's make transfer units. Keep me 2 spare transfer units in inventory at all times. In fact, I'm not convinced that number's high enough anymore. I'm just going to change it to 4 now while we're standing here chatting. There. That's probably more valuable. All of these numbers kept at 2 is okay, because that's what I need for a line. Although, because of footprint, it probably could get away with 4 there. And same thing with the chem industry. We'll do that. Anything else there? The assembly line excesses. Again, small footprint. Might as well duplicate those up for response time. Yeah. There. So the next time that gets turned on, it'll try and make those. Right? Um, but yeah, arbitrary limits and discussions thereabout notwithstanding, I still think it's bloody impressive. I really do. Yeah, bloody impressive. Oh, so much for me having closed up the stream when I was originally planning on it. But that's okay. We're here now. Row hub labels. We'll go there. And rename element. And copy. I think it'd be quite cool to have it when this gets working. Oh, yes, that's what it was. There. So if I turn this back on now. Yep, there we go. So that's fine. So I can, in fact, slide that up a notch. Okay. I can probably go to a slightly larger font, too. Let's do that. We'll go up to a 16 here. There, looks better. Yeah, a little bit easier to read. Okay. And then we can wiggle this up a notch. Oh, goes too high up. Okay, so I'll just have to stay there. And this will be 16 as well. So like I say, what's interesting about Tiny Factory to me is the fact that, yeah, basically, once it's got its marching orders, it knows what to do. Okay, we need quartz, do we? Fine. I will say in the defense of those folks who got involved in alpha and beta, was that, and this is the reason I don't do alphas and betas, is that the game that they fell in love with is not the game that is currently on the market. And that is unfortunate, but it's the reason I don't invest in, that I don't participate in software alphas and software betas anymore. Because I've had that happen to me too many times, where the game, at some point I find the game I love, and then for some reason it gets changed, and when it goes into production, I'm already done playing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and some people are cool with that, but it's much easier for me to like this game than an alpha player. I'll put it that way. There's no doubt about that. Okay. I'm going to try for the second time to log out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and the great chat and everything. This has been really nice. Yeah. So let me see who's streaming right now and who we can change over to. Take care of yourselves, friends. Have fun with whatever games you're playing. Let's see. Is there anybody else streaming right now? Oh, okay. One of my favorite DJs is streaming, but that doesn't help you people. Um, let's see here. Read a Gamer, that doesn't help anybody. Awesome, Nurse Goth is playing. I'll go listen to that while I'm doing design work. Yeah, I don't see anyone else doing doing WS2, WS2, yeah, right. Doing Dual Universe. So I guess that's it. We'll wrap it up here. Again, thanks everybody. Have fun with whatever games you're playing, and we'll see you all again soon. Next stream for me. Oh, you are very welcome, Kestrel. This will wind up, by the way, on YouTube, just because there was a fair chunk of a tutorial stuck in the middle of it. So yeah, so it'll be there for reference. And if you have any other questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me, either via Discord, what have you. But yeah, that's it for today. We'll see you all again soon. Next stream should be Wednesday morning. And hope to see you all then. Bye-bye.